The LA Chargers are finally getting some positive injury news at just the right time, right before the playoffs. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. Now, let's get into it. Alohi Gilman is looking like he could return in time for the playoffs. The team has officially opened his 21-day practice window. Now, to clarify, this doesn't mean he'll play immediately, but it does indicate the Chargers are optimistic about getting him back on the field soon. Here's how this works. Once a player's 21-day window opens, they have that time to either return to the active roster or stay on injured reserve, which would end their season. By starting his practice window, the Chargers are signaling they believe Gilman could contribute when it matters most. Why is this such big news? The Chargers' defense has been adjusting heavily to injuries in the secondary. Lately, Derwin James has been taking more snaps in the box, essentially playing closer to the line of scrimmage, almost like a hybrid linebacker. Adding Gilman back into the mix would be a huge boost because the safety position has been hit hard by injury. When Justin Taylor went out earlier this season, it was a major blow. Then players like Tony Jefferson, Marcus May, and Eddie Jackson, who filled in at different points, also got banged up. The impact of getting a starting caliber safety like Gilman back cannot be overstated. His return would allow James to stay in his most effective role as a versatile weapon who can roam the field, whether that's in coverage, as a nickel corner, or even making plays in the backfield. That kind of flexibility is what makes James one of the most dynamic defenders in the league, and having Gilman back helps unlock his full potential. We also need to keep an eye on Denzel Perryman. Remember, Perryman returned in Week 16, but wasn't able to go in Week 17. His status for the upcoming game is critical, and it'll depend on how he progresses in practice this week. If he doesn't suit up this week, and he probably won't, the focus shifts to having him ready for the playoffs. The same goes for Gilman. Imagine having both of them healthy and ready to go on the defensive side for the postseason. That could make a massive difference. The Chargers have avoided the kind of catastrophic injuries that can derail a season. Injuries are inevitable in football, that's just part of the game. But the key is avoiding season-ending ones for your star players. If someone is out for 2, 3, or even 4 weeks, you can manage that. But losing a key player for the year, that's a much bigger challenge. Thankfully, the Chargers have dodged that bullet so far, and now they might even get a couple of key contributors back at the perfect time. So when it comes to the upcoming game, the Chargers should play with their key guys, including Justin Herbert. Sure, people might suggest sitting Herbert to avoid the risk of injury, but what happens then? You're putting your backup in and suddenly the team dynamic changes entirely. It's not as straightforward as it sounds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the team's playoff outlook?